Dem premo ato Ghana man adeshaman memo bibiara aha zeba ewia ber Abusua kase Akan Kasebo wo big family radio kasa efrido embrono asoda ensam ahodoa yensa kan na yaboabo no major ber na dajer na mazabos muday Kasebo wo kasa efrido na ejuma kubinso adaroma ena wo bomechi dom mamazin sami esmo ende wiabiri big family multimedia institute BFM store trustees network group and ena wo bomechi dom ende wiabiri mamazin sami bosom yedifien main studio doblo gono upper class school junction ewo ena Kasebo ofi oreba wa kwemu ende wiabiri za odumu akotin epi eyin na de Arawu sambi esi ewo fantia kwa wo epoye mantomu yeboko akwaje ho amanebo na yehunza orkodo ewo hom the maranso ena sambu from mebeti ebi ewo minde Ghana man panyin yera Yohane Dramani Mahama wakasa afanyene enyinam kanea eho ensansam no mede enchemu mezepro yera Alban Bagbin Somana Kingsford ono so wakansembi afa yeah, appointment ministerial na omapahin Mahama one home Ghana Statistical Service for that to go at them the inflation welcome chemu edwenu ebasa echipo awo trim additional commander egwafo edna ebrim wakasa afa commander sugar factory no and some no ebin me kay ena ma bonne bedo mazabos mo de ewiaber Abusua kase Akan Kasebo Okin Kenya watamanka ende wiabiri izin a mejedo aranyen eyata Kabana Dodona from Mediata Koko school time was occupying afe jebre na manfa ensamno ninchemu enso awo ya bepem afi oye January mu no wontum ni na ka ho na Ghana yetum yenye kane kakra na okasa na ochem dem onam reset do na agenda do ba oye reset no owo hwe na wetum aboa ma abani e wa besesia no na aba no etum akoye na we sesi oman Ghana na wa reset oman no edi ama oman mu ni hina.
The reset agenda presents our collective commitment to restoring good governance, achieving economic stability and creating opportunities for all. And that is exactly what we shall do. It is our blueprint for national progress and will not waver in its implementation. For instance, a planned shutdown of the West African gas pipeline was supposed to take place in October last year. At the intervention of this government, it was postponed till January. This is a long delayed maintenance and has to be urgently done. But what it means is that there will be no gas available for all our generating plants in the east of Ghana, that is the Tema enclave, because it will have curtailed the gas coming from Nigeria and the gas that comes in the reverse flow from our gas processing plants in the west. And so it means that the thermal generating plants in the Tema enclave would have no access to gas. And normally, to forestall blackouts because of the loss of almost 2,000 megawatts of power, we have to make provision for fuel, and this is light crude oil, heavy fuel oil, and distillate fuel. Unfortunately, enough provision was not made for this eventuality. When the fuel arrives, it takes time to import it, 3 weeks to place an order and get it delivered. And when it arrives, you have to treat the fuel for another week and a half to make it ready for use in the generating plants. And so there's a threat of power outages. But my brothers and sisters, don't despair. Like I said, you elected us to solve the problems, not to put the blame on anybody else or to shoulder you with those problems. And so yesterday I called a meeting of all the stakeholders in the electricity value chain. And they have been sitting since yesterday to today to come out with innovative solutions so that we're able to keep the lights on. And so I can assure you, with some of the ideas they've come up with, we would make sure that your lights stay on and that we do not have doomso, as you popularly call it.
Abusua na yantua ensam no do. Chami na wo mangana imbrehye bedwomufie yewura Alban Bagbin Somana Kingsford imprempe meneka se Ghana mampanyin yewura Yohane Dramani Mahama odi enimpe binmu ne ezin abapada wabachere de me nimpe yi enwon na wobaya asoafo beda yene asone he ahodo a owo oman Ghana ha na onemu no edina mampanyin Mahama de be no owodo kofpemu e wo mangana imbrehye bedwomufie odukopemu e wo hwa chami na wo Ghana mbese bwe mufesi edin woda bedi mosomama fai enfama appointment committee
78(1) of the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana 1992. I hereby, on behalf of His Excellency John Mahama, submit for consideration and approval of Parliament the following nominees for ministerial appointments. 1. Dr. Kasebo Person, MP, Minister Designate, Ministry of Finance. 2. John Abdullahi Jinapo, MP, Minister Designate, Ministry of Energy. 3. Dr. Dominic Akuritinga Ayine, MP, Minister Designate, Attorney General and Ministry of Justice. The nominees' credentials and records of service demonstrate their competences to support the government's agenda and serve the people of Ghana effectively. Attached are the curricula vitae and supporting documents for vetting. I trust that Parliament will expedite the approval process in accordance with constitutional requirements. Signed, Callistus Mahama, PhD, Secretary to the President. Honorable members, I will accordingly
Abusua yatua ensam no do na onechi no ena embrehye bedwamini edema efutu abatumpehya do onu kruyi sanso ye edom kuma mbada no nyi yewura Alexander Kwamena afenyo marking onu so ekasai no orichemu de ehwe edina omanpanyin Muhammad abapado imprempen aswafo dodo odebaba nodi emu ebasa be why be to the akwa Bia banada akwa apeteshiba nesu mbunu tot ubunukor as the first batch of the bay enimpe bason of the ben why the ibunsa tot also ntwe ye kra into the tot na ubunu wenjay.
When the names were read out by Mr. Speaker, he read out only 3 names: the finance minister designate, the energy minister designate, and the attorney general and minister of justice designate. Mr. Speaker, this tot appointment It's unacceptable. Mr. Speaker, this is a government that promised a 24-hour economy. In opposition, they told us that they were ready for government. Mr. Speaker,
Honorable Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, indulge me.
Honorable Minority Leader.
Yes, indulge me.
Honorable Minority Leader.
Is that how you are starting it?
Please.
Let me finish.
Honorable Minority Leader.
Yes.
I'm just indulging you because you are a leader. This is a time slotted for correction of vote and proceedings.
Yeah, with your leave. I took your leave. Honorable Idrisu used to slot this in. I'm doing that. Mr. Speaker, this government, I'm talking for you, please, it's for you. Mr. Speaker, this government promised a 24-hour economy. Mr. Speaker, we expect them to be ready from day one. Mr. Speaker, you cannot start energy, finance, attorney general. Where are the rest of the ministers? You must be ready. We want to hear Ama Kofi Bua. We want to hear Agric. We want to hear Agric ministry. Honorable Erikopoku.
Honorable Leader.
Honorable Erikopoku.
Honorable Minority Leader.
We want to hear Agric ministry. We want to hear roads and highways.
Honorable Minority Leader.
We want to hear lands and natural resources.
Honorable Minority Leader.
Education. Mr. Speaker,
I recognize the Deputy Leader on his feet.
Eti yen samene dokro do wo manga na mbreshe bojomu fie yera Alexander Afanyoma na chede pano aya fanti nyine de ehwan nem do rough no kakraginem anya do be efunu enga sanya asam no wa bank obi na odini minister no lugba esugbu no tot Abusua ma yento ansam no do na yenko yeni wakase eboyimum na oya Ghana Statistical Service for and what they about to go elchum there yehwe ni inflation sahodro wa ba December no okoduru ohanchemu edwenu ebasa echipo awotwe 23.8% and Ghana yeni inflation okoduru wo December busuno yewra oya kwabena ono yepe ni powder wana na onensam trafo kasa ya odin semi odutugwa
24 rate of inflation. In the month of December 2024, average prices of goods and services went up by 23.8%, indicating that on a year-on-year basis, specifically between December 2023 and December 2024, general price levels of goods and services went up by 23.8%. This is on the backdrop that on a year-on-year basis, November 2024, we recorded an overall rate of inflation of 23.0%, indicating that on a year-on-year basis, between November and December 2024, we saw a marginal increase of 0.8 percentage points for the year-on-year inflation. Disaggregating year-on-year inflation from a food and non-food perspective, we identified a 7.5 percentage point difference between inflation for food and inflation for non-food, with inflation for food standing at 27.8% in the month of December 2024 and non-food inflation 20.3% for the month of December 2024. We have seen an increase in food inflation increasing from 25.9% to 27.8%, and in contrast we have recorded a decline in non-food inflation declining from 20.7% by 0.4 percentage points to 20.3% for the month of December 2024. In the month of December 2024, from a regional perspective, the Upper East region recorded the overall highest rate of inflation of 40.6%, and the Eastern region recorded the lowest rate of inflation of 16.8%. For inflation for a locally produced item perspective and an imported item perspective, we recorded 8.5 percentage point difference for inflation for locally produced items, which stood at 26.4% for the month of December 2024, relative to 17.9% for inflation on imported items for the month of December 2024.
Anti ano enyen eye Ghana Statistical Service brofuna gbona nhwe na aka otachirama Abusua yento a ensam no de kopemu ewo infimfini mantomu adehye ho no na workers you say amanfo bakaya Commander Sugar Factory di obia ba na opedo ye ho adwuma nso be so wonye ena we gya ho no wokọ wabo wonye we je hokom na eyi eye empanyinfo adehia wo commander ewo mfimfini mantomu ewo kisi ene workers say what say wabasa de commander Jafatu no ono na wo hwenyim de aban no obonwetum aye adwuma na waboa amesi kire adwuma tum akodo ewo mfimfini mantomu wo na de me commander Sugar Factory o man panyin na wenye ne baby ko yewura obenfo Evans Fifia Tamos na pando na obo madina de obehwem aye adwuma okosi ahu aga afeso o man panyin da ye o man panyin Mahama Bay obedin kan be ye okor no so be okosi ahu aga wan ye ena man panyin na nado danko ekufado kan man panyin ono nso bayi okogbo no modin bia no so ankosi ahu aga okoje muguwo ena mprempen yamno kese so ade so to nsa fra man panyin Mahama biem de o man panyin ei yes so Commander Sugar Factory ehwa gbamad ne pa bohwe no onye adwuma no mbu anasi kire no bonya fofofo e wo manga na ha o se na Commander Sugar Factory sikapuduo pa wada hyem bosi wa bo wada edwu adwuma no onye sikakraba na asiampo yete na K3 Hamondo anka ono ye trade minister no okay bit the what the Sugar Factory no what am obi the on rent for 23 years to 20 years and so Ghana Japada what them rent it's additional work commander na non kwado no what say obesra bende on shono ndu huduma ma wan
ambe na kamenyimde be be sha ne he na ye chance ni nyina ye pepe ye puna manjuban ya na eja mehu honorable for akofo assembly man kisi is I manyije bebre de wie yinso menwari de sawoso na yan maame Professor Jenana Ofuku Ajima abra yeti de wotumi eyi na nyim de by vice president ba ye nyina ye nwaje ti na ye hwe kwan se ya me ba ye na adu na ba ma na akomodo bisadi nyina wotumi na wa ba ampa so wotumi abam ane omampanyin a sisi wa bado obaye djuma amatime funo wo ho atom no mom titi na onam da ofi ha no na jefie na kisia commander tradition kisi ha na jefie owo nti nyimda ya hwa no kwanda ebotumi abaye bribi nkanka aye commander Sugar Factory ko commander tradition na no kwade nyina because you to funo bad wo pejuma ye wo pejuma yi pantiti tiru na ma ensemi wo ha ya ka to ma so mo tumi na woto aba no so ya bompa de nyame mana hodin hohuma afum na huna sunsuma afum nyina no ontumi na o maye adwuma onye na akomedi na ahia so wo ke ye nyina so obi onkan sama Canada ma madasi ya bompa man ai ya bompa man
yo honorable Richard Fempon Kisi West yenya NGA say yana ma me ba ko reduce on my vice president emma ya wa no NGA because ya wo Kisi ha ni se ne ha ya wo wa ha ne papa fie nti say akwanya bi ati say apa na so nya position bi ati ya NGA e wo Kisi area ha commander NGA e wo ha pa na mo yen na ni so ade hu ye hwe kwan ne say so far say wo Kisi ha no na ne papa fie ha ne de you to know ya ni da kwan say Commander Sugar Factory no ma me betumi akasem na ya factory na you tewo commander mpeso so ha no no yeso ya adwuma de ya na ekwan ahodo a wo commander ha no mo ye ka kwan ni ade nya no akoye vice president de so otumi hwe na ye bu ni nyira so kotar se de ya ekina mpanimfo bi fra manane ana mo free asoro ho no di na chi be fi ambe wo yes o man pani abedi akiri ampa otumi asiesie ni mpeso so because the share the man pani dada wakotina fie ene da biala eye nana akofo ado a okotwe bi a basiesie chemi ekuro no wie asie mpo no waye ho no nyina kama
enso yiti o kan de e ma me nana Opuku Ajima ofi commander traditional area na mso mi fiki CD na ya de se da youth ya de tuni ni manda ka ya be send da Commander Sugar Factory oba mo abade ma enso youth na ya mu ni ba ya ye na bi so ya da hwe yamba
enti eye adehia wowo infifunu mantomu Kisi ewo commander egwafo edna Ebrem abatu mpehia dowo ena wane ensam chofo kasaya wode da mensama hodwe was to one enyem ma menfo wonkowra ensam fofruman egwezi fokuri ya so ena wenwu agi na waneni jeni ina onye ne day wenyu agi pa mbesi afun wenyu agi kase papa bode bontof ni day Oh, when I want what then they Ghana say yaka Ghana boko sama. Ne ya pe man penyina wa ba away na beze chibesia. Oya ma me je no pokwa jimana. Wa shembesi afo enyim nyampa. Ente gozifuno wasi enije di wemi ajepa.
Yene dia asombo. Na ye nika. Esa ye fekeke. Se ye wura. Jo mama, when you oba enti say dia ma ebi si da. Ya ho keka na say ya nijie na maame no ya mpa ebo ne say o mepeja ye e ma ya wo Ghana se upo se umpo maame no na ebedi e ma ya wo Ghana na ebedi ye so ye dia akoma pasia no ya so ni mu ya de se se omu amman ni nyina no na omu yehu ye sibre mani age pa say the first year ya nya oba o ye present e wo Ghana ha enso ye ba mpa e say ono so ba obehu e ma mobo na ye diti ade a esi yakoma so ono so babo ama ye nya baabi esi ye ma so ye babo mpa ye e dia tai na chi sa obetimi aye adwuma nyame de be hye ne nsasa obeye yes dika asra nkwane ahode ma no sa rade ma no nkwane ahode nkwatente ahode wom no wa bai o me bibi aboko titu ya ne ye dwan o me ya ma ye ne nsoli fi ka akwa na ka akwa hu ete ye de in fact ehu ka ba ehu enye nyame na hwe ya so aka betimi abetwi afa ye so ti yesra na dawlo ma ye nkoto jogu fom o me ye dwan na ma ye edna se wa ba baba o me hu so ba onya tima ma ne yankomba ene titu ye ne dwadifo no ko se ri sika kakra bi ko abedwum bia na ahye nto mu wan oyo ba se de enimi se ma de ye wo abadaye nti enimi se ya ma me no wa ba no obenya tima ne ayem ya ma ye dwadifo neja emwa kakra bi owo no wo de aboa ye neja ye so anwan ha ye kakra na je etimi ahwe ye ma oba de se obeka bia ma ye enti se hia bibi kro oba atan obeka sa ma ye bebre se ye pa be bo Ghana ombe ma Ghana ye ma so ye ni monyanhye abaya fam te ye pa te ye ma so ye di ye be ko yokotodu anim abompa ye ama ye ma me no na wanya vision papa be boa ye Abusia eti eyiye embesiamba wo oman Ghana ha wache woni enyiso wechere wenyu ajepa de ende yaka vice president and oman peyina bezechira mami jeno poku ajeman aye besia kukudrufo wababedi de medibiu mu na oye embesiafo ina enije yemfa Kasebo no nkopemu ewo kantamanto oncheri biara ene ejabrane eyinitiri wo ho kantamanto so hwe wa mezi amafu ntumunto traders 11 cd amafu ntumunto 50 pesos simple biem say wa ya den papa amafu bend down boutique ina ejeto mishu ho grube dey e ma semi be ya abre kantamanto samede ye na sa akodi ni mi na shatawale mi wenya wa atara wo pen wa aheda celebrity bi organ he bia e wa na o sha asdorto nter amende odebupo bi ododuri enti wo mayanka enti shatawale iye manga some personal in America shatawale Mr. Drew Stone Boy sa akodi amanze ba all the Ghanaian musicians and all the Ghanaian actors and actresses for no yepon chop e we na one wa sha ase ekwa Kumasi ji awufi wo ba ha wo fa wodoko what on 10 pesos 20 pesos ya wo she and wash will be ample to be free one when they say the man who there work a donation because one K donation now only traders once in tower into the donation no na cantamanto show you the me since ya ko we boko no bo tab wo peje mo wa ono so no one some day wa bebre mamafo welcome one some
na na what she na sama be hwese you might be na ekoso wa hasen e ba do ha e say amafo no design na ka trading community no and after the leadership of the second hand dealers association no omaboa yadan so na sana na CFS no ala ma say sia edimu boso rugo kwa de e kind of say apobo so dada e also carpenter for ni mason for enya brewa ha almost see a kind of stores no say na fata some won so a ombetumi de adwuma obaha omomoton force bi so ewo mu a omoton force mo de ton force so ehye nua no omoton na enim so mo ye omoduma di dada no mo ye etudu enim ho de a odu tantamanto enim ho do be wura mu de a dwuma di ekoso ho no na enim se kantamanto ti a to idea have second hand clothing no amount for about the store no so be to their corner am as chat you ha I am no ma say yen we almost stores we almost to what almost say edumade no say no maybe almost shops na mo almost one shop center no almost to ho e do so so goods ni be almost ton or more na say almost the rubber akata almost the various corners and almost ton e do so so almost the almost chance na bad than your boss that now also share that as na so per year me hand man kwa ka say more than almost 30 acres that be visa and what has something so per year won say juma e cost wa han net market so pa kwa na e cost wa say it because accountable to there a week after the fire there say also the resilience that they make no also the resilience one sorry you but one factor me who want to say the safety aspect no any now structures me say that na what stadium the safety aspect the layout better to maybe fire service before so much me direct to no much me accident at least road back could be form now in case be see much me form about it the layout no any musa say na me have been said that na sa no mo say studio mo sir it will have magenda cost and no ever have say be something for the more 1 million Ghana cedis people say what kind of advice na they mom say or make me the layout up to mo or make the plan to one car correct me form in case of this year fire thunder be let me form other bomb at the moment in your son is here see you say here that na in your stores now no must ya osha a super year must ya actually see the American say cost or have no tuma cost for message for you tuma ana mo so mo tutun tare so beton amount for so ton mo ton ya no so ton na force so ton ma dia it's like I say customer so there almost say sigani per year enya asem super ne come
Abusua 88 years okwado kantamanto wo awento atare wo da awento force kantamanto da no ka na me home ma yefa Kasebo no nkwie ewo epoye manto mu yakofanti akwa arewo sama wesi ewo wonyene de adehye wo tuonofo ewo galamse hu ya wo chem de wenja galamse ye wande was de bi galamse ya na ye beye ampani ampa wakwa galamse ama amuna bi egbegu no da emu enipa bi ne de wafum ahwe no kwa am waye yayo yente ho amanebo
Mami ya mpepe die nipa mi no de omunka achasefo ha sa tidim na mom ikwada na etwe mu no Wednesday no emra adechi aba Thursday no 2 am na nipa wo osino nya na tie se nipa mi ensa bi a makora garam se musa ankomo ye kolikoli na mo so ma pe good nkakra no nyame afofie no anya abu egu onso na wombra no woko nipa simemfo anasamanfo no ko ho no nipa miensa wotimi yiwo wotimi yiwo nyina ede won ko ye Ibia Memorial Hospital ewo osino ehonom no ntia ya se nipa mienu de kananana omaso anananom ewo nsiedo ba kope na aka bato no so wo prapra emu odin pa na eya uba osino a be bi omo mine no so movie ana so mapon wo no na nipa bi nso ana se mranti bi nso sieti na ya makokosha meneni na omo so mo ye galamse bi fe no kolikoli omo twetwe ni a mine fo na ye da no mo so mo fo na omo nya ugod ni bi akọ akoton enti we na mranti no ebi ya nyame amfofie no anuanu ti fufu won so a no ka se mprempren bi nipa mienu etini efiri ba kope na aka nso we prapra emu ode meni nipa ni bi asa se so anka omu fi mantem ho bebi omu se omu hu on krada ewo osino honum anaso osino ne mpatemu honum bebia na omu susu se omu nye Ghana for omu ye foreigners a omu ba omu busu ya dia sisi amino ka se di ni omu timi free attachment association
Abusua 80 ono nyene yare hosama osi ewo fanti akwa we epoye mantomu enimpe bien ahwe wono kwane nyina ye galamsey eho ensensemi yara ebusia ha ena embre no ba makwan mamede ebusia kase akan kase bono mede ebesi amo asada enkoma big family multimedia institute BFM Store Trustees Network Group and one and obo mechi do mamede nsem bosom the mara so and me producers oye akosia